Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host sellssi, and today we're going to give an update on Francis Amuzu. If you know Francis Amuzu, he plays for Anderlecht in Belgium. It's quite known that he is of Ghanaian descent. Efforts have been made to bring in Francis Amuzu to the Ghana Black Stars. Well, I have an update on those efforts, and the man's reluctance to play for Ghana explained by he himself. It was quite interesting, the reason he gave. We'll also talk about OTTO, the Black Stars appointment, Alhaji Grusa, who will be in charge. He says that the FA should announce the coach pretty soon. He gave his thoughts on the matter. We're also going to talk about the unfortunate situation with Kenya and Zimbabwe being ousted from the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. If you remember, I brought you that story during the draw. I said that these two countries have sanctions placed on them by FIFA. If it is not resolved a week before the games, which is the qualifiers, they would be removed. Well, it has not been resolved, and subsequently they've been removed. I'll be giving you details of what that means for the various groups as usual. Subscribe if you have not, and click on the notification bell to get more updates. So if you like what we do here on the channel, purchase our merch. First comment pinned in this video. I'll start off from the camp of Francis Amuzu, one of the players who Ghana has been courting for a while now. Francis Amuzu is of Ghanaian descent. Well, in recent times, we have been trying to bring in players to strengthen up the squad for ahead of the World Cup. And Amuzu, being of Belgian descent, was holding out a torch to probably get a call-up into the Belgium national side. Well, he did not get a call-up in the latest call-ups that was done by Roberto Martinez, but it had been rumored that he did not want to choose Ghana for a certain reason, which he explains here. The Anderlecht attacker Amuzu stated he would not play for Ghana and will instead continue to represent Belgium. Well, he has not represented Belgium at the senior level yet and did not get the call-up in the latest one. And now the young man was born in Accra and has played in Belgium for youth teams. But the Ghana FA have been pursuing him because he has yet to make a senior team debut for Belgium. The FA is keen to recruit Amuzu to the Black Stars, but the young winger has no desire to represent the West African country. The 22-year-old insists on working hard to earn a call-up to the Red Devils before the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. They call my broker every day, but I keep off, Amuzu said, talking about the FA trying to pursue him. Look, I was born in Ghana, and when I'm there, I feel at home there because of the African atmosphere. My sporty heart lies with Belgium. With Belgium, you can go very far at a World Cup. With Ghana, there is a real chance that you will be out quickly. Quite interesting. A transfer abroad might increase his chances of playing for the Red Devils. I have a career plan, and we'll see. I had hoped that I would already have more playing minutes at Anderlecht, but then I also have to show myself. Amuzu has 9 goals and 3 assists in 37 appearances for Anderlecht this season. Unfortunately for him, he did not earn a call-up, and he's stated his displeasure with that. He said, I'm of course disappointed. I want to be in the Red Devils, but I am aware all good games are not enough. I have to show what I am worth in the longer term. If I play 20 games like the last 4, I have my place among the Devils, Amuzu said after missing out on the spot in the latest Belgium call-up. Roberto Martinez watches him and sees him as a possible player to join the Belgium Red Devils like Thorgan Hazard or Yannick Carrasco. I prefer to play a little higher. I have already evolved on the flank in the 3-5-2. Francis Amuzu story, they're quite an interesting one. A reason why he did not want to play for Ghana at the World Cup, we might not go far. He wants to be with a country, Belgium, which will go far in the competition. Fair enough to him. Unfortunately, he did not get the call-up he wanted. He still has chance to prove himself and get into the good books of the coach, which is Roberto Martinez, in order to earn a selection for the World Cup. It's all up to him. Everyone has their choices they make. We wish him all the very best. We only want players probably that will be committed to the cause. We do not have time for someone who is contemplating the national team. We've been past this one before. fair comment from Francis Amuzu. Everyone is entitled to what they want to do, and there's free will. There is free will all over the world. But let me know your thoughts in the comments box on what he had to say concerning the reason why he did not choose the Ghana Black Stars. My next story has to do with the national team call-up. The coach, that is, Alhaji Grusa, is of the opinion that the name of the coach should be made public soon because just next week the game will kick off. Ghana versus Madagascar first of all, then Central African Republic. The veteran Ghanaian football administrator Alhaji Karim Grusa has urged the FA to announce a coach for the Black Stars ahead of the upcoming African Cup of Nations. The Black Stars team is currently without a technical team at the 2022 World Cup playoffs in March. OTTO'S led technical team made up of Masudi Dramani, George Boateng and Chris Hughton as technical advisor ended their roles after the World Cup playoffs. There have been calls for the quartet to be handed the role for the African Cup of Nations qualifier as well as the World Cup playoffs. It's being understood that an agreement has been reached for the quartet to continue their roles. Alhaji Grusa, who also doubles as the management committee member of the Black Stars, has called on the FA to make it official as soon as possible. We are preparing for the AFCON. The FA should announce the new head coach of the Black Stars soon, he told Awonka FM. It should either be Chris or OTTO, but the father of the nation, the president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, wants us to maintain the entire technical team, and that's what we must do. Chris Hughton is a gentleman and a good advisor. It would be great to have him on board as one of the coaches. Both coaches are good. I want them to work together. Ghana will play Madagascar first, then Central African Republic. So that is it there. He is pushing for them to name the head coach soon. We still do not have that announced. It's quite interesting what is happening on that front. But I'm sure that will be the one. Those will be the guys maintained. Just an official announcement with details of their contract and length of it will do us all a world of good. We need that information. It's very, very important. My final story has to do with Kenya and Zimbabwe. If you remember, before the draw for the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, I told you that Kenya and Zimbabwe, their participation was having a caveat, and that caveat was that they needed to resolve the issues they had with FIFA. FIFA had placed sanctions on them for government interference in footballing activities. Zimbabwe justified it, saying that the rot of corruption in their system was not good enough. It had been taken over by government authorities, and that was to clean up or mop up the system. FIFA saw it as an interruption or interference in footballing activities. As a consequence of having failed to have their suspensions by FIFA set aside, CAF has confirmed that both Kenya and Zimbabwe will not participate in the TotalEnergies African Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 2023 qualifiers. The qualifiers will kick off on the first day of June 2022. CAF had included them in the official draw earlier in April on condition that the suspension may have been lifted 2 weeks before the first match day. Kenya and Zimbabwe, suspended for political interference, have not yet met the criteria required by the FIFA Congress as a prerequisite for lifting their participation. As a result, because of the suspension, the following will apply. The two associations, Football Kenya Federation and the Zimbabwe Football Association, will be considered losers and eliminated from the competition. The Group C and K will be composed only of 3 teams, and the order of the matches will be maintained in accordance with the match schedule that has been communicated to the teams after the draw. The first and runner-up teams of both of those groups will qualify to the tournament. So nothing really much has changed, just a number of teams in that group. The games, the schedule, everything remains the same. Unfortunate news there if you're a Kenyan and Zimbabwe football fan looking to see your country participate in the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. They will not be there because they are out of the qualifiers. So that has been it for today, talking about Francis Amuzu and his reasons for not wanting to play for Ghana. Unfortunately, he did not get a call up to the Belgium national team. He feels that he has to prove himself, rightly so. Also been talking about the Black Stars head coach role. Alhaji Grusa says the announcement should come soon from the FA. It has been long overdue. We all feel the same. And Zimbabwe and Kenya removed from African Cup of Nations qualifiers. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the week.